Disappointing. Proud of the way the guys kept battling. I don't think we have anybody in the locker room that's going to quit. We're awfully close to where we need to be to win some of these games. We haven't done it yet.
That sequence, 3 plays from the 1-yard line. What did you see there? Do you think he got in?
I don't know if he got in or not. You know, the 2 replays I saw, or one, someone was blocking it. Looked like the ball landed in the end zone, but I mean, I'm on the field. I don't know. Did a great job getting the ball down there to the 1. We got to be able to punch that in. And if I need to get more creative, then that's what I need to do. So that's on me.
Scotty, the update on David Jackson, and what did you think of Cam coming in, being able to come to kind of guide the offense?
Nothing major on Taven. X-rays were negative, so feel good about that. For being out for a while and coming back off injury and not getting many reps, I thought Cam went in and played well.
The offense was moving well in the first half. The third quarter, negative 1 yard offensive total. What happened?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to answer that after the press at press this week. I thought the whole game turned on our first drive of the third quarter. If we'd have got something going there and went and got points, the whole thing's different. We made mistakes. Offensively, we played about as well as we could play in the first half, other than finishing a drive or 2, well, 1 drive with a touchdown instead of field goal. We had 4 possessions, and that we executed really well. We came out in the second half, and first downs were bad. We missed a block on a counter. We missed a block on a wide zone on first down and set us back. We got to be better than that in the third quarter. You know, it felt a lot like the first quarter last week, and that you got to play a complete game to win. You know, if you'd have told me they'd have had 27 points, I would have felt good about our chances, especially having 20 at halftime. I don't know if I've been a part of one like that where it changed so drastically. You know, we ended up playing a lot of guys that are good players, haven't played a lot. I really respect Dylan Wade for trying to be out there. He just couldn't reach for the ball because of his shoulder. You know, a lot of young guys at tight end and receiver playing. And, you know, the frustrating thing is we ran the ball really well in the first half. I thought the offensive line did an unbelievable job and just wasn't there to start drives in the second half. You know, not to, again, I'm always going to give the opponent credit. I thought they did a really good job. They played harder in the second half, I thought. You know, their defense, you get something different on every play. So it isn't like they're in one scheme and they made adjustments to that scheme. You know, you never get the same thing 2 plays in a row from them. It's quarter, half. It's cover 3. It's man. It's blitz. It's cover 2. We had a lot of stuff in that could handle all of that, and we didn't handle it as well in the third. No, I thought, you know, we just blocked well in the first half, popped a couple plays open. Yeah, that's why the first drive of the third quarter was so vital, in my opinion, because if we go down and get points and stay ahead, we can stay in some of our bigger sets and run some of the things that were working. Once there was a little pressure on us to keep moving down the field, and you know, some of the schemes that we were running early on weren't as easy for us to access. But I mean, it's a lot like the first quarter last week. You got to get first downs and get drives going, and get more opportunities to snap the ball to run some of those things. Yeah, Horace tore his pec muscle and he had surgery Friday, so that'll be season ending for him. He's been great at the beginning of the season, so feel terrible for him. Kansas State game, we didn't know what it was until later.
Coach, increasing
They do a good job on offense. They run a lot of things, and he's able to make them work. You know, you got to expect that some of their little wrinkles are gonna hit you. I thought we did a pretty good job shutting that down. Um, you know, what was frustrating is quarterback sneaks for a lot of yards and uh, split zones for a lot of yards. Um, just like if I had to point to two things tonight, it was the offensive first drive in the third quarter, and you know when you get a team down in the first quarter by two scores, uh, man, if the defense can get a stop, you can you can put yourself in control of the game, and we got to step up in those situations. And it feels like at times when momentum's on our side that we're a really good team, and at other drives it just feels like we're clunky and false starting and not getting stops. And we got to play complete games.
Coach, through 5 games, the team hasn't given up any points in the first quarter. What's changing between the first and second quarter that's really causing the points to kind of rack up against them?
Yeah, I don't know if I can answer that. I think that'll even out over time. I would point to the assistant coaches doing a good job getting guys ready to play um, on defense. We got to sustain it for fourth quarters. We can't be really good for three drives um, and then not good for another. Same thing on offense. It's just more consistency.
Before you got knocked out of the game, how would you evaluate Jaden Jackson's performance?
Well, he did everything we asked him to do in the first half. Um, but we stayed ahead of the chains. We put him in good situations in the first half. Um, in the second half, we had a lot of third and longs, and you're just not going to convert on as many of those. So we got to do a better job around whoever's playing quarterback to make sure we put him in good situations.
What has Cam's preparation been like the last few weeks? Obviously, he was out with back injury for a little while. Has he taken all the number 2 reps this week?
Yeah, he took the 2 reps this week.
How frustrating you mentioned earlier, back-to-back weeks to get some things going early and then things just kind of stall out. How frustrating is that? Is that just a symptom of maybe being a young team in a lot of ways?
I think so. Yeah, I'm careful to compare things. This feels a lot like 2016 to me. And some of you guys were around for that. Some of you weren't. But we were a good enough team to beat a lot of people, and we lost to Maryland out here in overtime, and had Temple on the ropes and didn't get it done. And the next year we got a little better and we won all those games. I don't want to wait till next year though. This team's good enough to win some of these games, and we just got to be this much better in all phases and more consistent.
Coach, you mentioned being a bit more creative on the goal line. That's 3 straight sort of inside runs on that goal line. Coach, was there thought or consideration for him to be outside for a play?
Yeah, honestly, I thought we could get it in running it. We got to be able to get a half a yard. And, um, on first down, I thought we could sneak it in. We didn't want to get the ball in Miles' hands because he's a guy that I trust. And we didn't get it there. And we tried to run an off tackle play with our quarterback. Um, I don't know if he's in or not, but that's heartbreaking for the kids. I feel terrible for the kids.
What does it say about your offense? 4-16.
Well, again, in the first half, we stayed ahead of the chains, and third downs are easier when it's third and medium, third and short. Particularly when we're in there half the field, sometimes we're running plays on third down to go for it on fourth. And the entire third quarter, it was third and long. And, um, you know, at some point there, we had a lot of young receivers on the field, young tight ends, and a new quarterback. And we got to keep working with these guys and make sure we can execute because that's not good enough.
Again, this week, closures, penalties wrapped up.
Yeah, again, first half I thought we played disciplined and penalty free, and that's 2 weeks in a row. Right when we get down, I think the first drive of the fourth quarter, we had it rolling, had a 2nd and 8, liked the play call we were in, and we false started. That killed that drive for all intents and purposes, and yeah, we had a lot of chances to at least send this one to overtime or have a chance to go for some.
After 3 and outs and a fumble, longer drive may not have resulted in points, but what was the big difference?
Well, he created some things with his legs, and one thing I know Cam's going to do is make the right read and the correct play with the ball. We had a really close quarterback competition with 3 guys, and they're all 3 capable. We'll see where we are next week.
Were those guys help show you throughout the course of the game? Trust them late in the game. How much more do you expect?
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I need to do a better job. I put a lot of this one on me. We got to find ways to create points in the second half. That being said, we're just gonna have to work through this and keep pushing and working to get better. Waden was out there as a freshman, and Carl was out there. Speedy was gimpy. Um, D Wade tried to go and just couldn't. The running backs are one thing that's been stable for us through this thing. But we're going to have to fast track those young guys, and they're really good players and capable. Really, they're just lacking game experience, and they got some tonight. I just wish it would have turned out different.